Okay. Good evening, everyone. Today, as a part of sports organizing committee's effort towards getting us all back on track with a healthier and fitter lifestyle, we have with us Mr. Piyush Agrawal and Ms. Shrutika Yeola, nutritional advisors at Biomark, to share with us some tips to maintain an appropriate diet and to be fit in the post-pandemic world. I'd like to start by introducing Biomark. Biomark is a community of passionate nutritional advisors unified towards helping people recover from lifestyle disorders like obesity, diabetes type 2, fatty liver, thyroid disorders, etc. They are a team of 52 advisors serving people across the globe. They kickstarted our community in August 2019, and in less than 2 years, they have impacted 4,000 plus lives across 18 plus countries. Their core value is spreading good health and improving the quality of life. I would now like to introduce our panel speakers for today. We have with us Mr. Piyush Agrawal. Having graduated in 2019 from IIT BHU, he is now pursuing liver science from IISc Bangalore. He was also the weightlifting captain and an Inter-IIT 2018 gold medalist in under 77 weightlifting. Our second speaker is Ms. Shrutika Yeola, a 2018 graduate from IIT Roorkee. She is a black belt in Taekwondo and has won a silver medal in Open National Taekwondo Championship in 2018. We are really glad to have you both here with us today. I would now like to hand over the stage to our speakers.
Thank you, Yashita. Thank you for the wonderful introduction. Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Like I understand, like people have recently gone back to the campus, and I hope you're feeling the same vibe as you left the campus before, or much better. So, without just wasting more time, let's just start and deep dive into what we have. A lot of information to give to you guys all. Okay, so I'll be just sharing my screen. Host can give me the access.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. Cool. So today we'll be starting with the first session with about the diet and nutrition workshop for you guys. So this is the first time we are doing a series of session for an IIT. Before that, like we have been one time before as well, about a year ago, where we have done a detailed session, like or a brief session on like what is about nutrition, what is lifestyle disorders, and how you can prevent it. This time, what we want you to want from this session is like definitely we will be covering basic topics, but at the end we want to have a complete detailed discussion, like one-on-one discussion with all the people of it. We would like to cover as many as questions possible. So you guys have the live chat. Probably you can drop down all your questions there, and let's get started. So based on your responses, like we have circulated the form, and many of guys took their efforts to fill out the form, and this is based on the responses we have divided our topics and divided the sessions as well. So today in our topic we will be discussing how to manage your diet and how to build an athletic physics, and about the lifestyle disorders, like many of people have mentioned that I mentioned in the forms as well, that they have arthritis, their parents have some problems, and how to recover them. For that we will be having another session around in April, and there we would be covering all these how to deal with this. Okay, so what are we covering today? So we would like to really help you understand how to build a good nutrition plan for yourself. So not just we want to give you a plan, we want you to enable to like how to build a plan for yourself. Okay, because every plan is different for everybody, right? So the first thing we want to help you realize the mismatch between diet and lifestyle, and how a diet like mismatch what does it lead to, and how to help yourself recover from it. The second thing is, like many of people ask in the forms, like how like the exams are coming, people want to really understand what if you have some magic pills कि एक रात में कैसे तुम अपना syllabus cover कर लो. So we would want to also explain कि मतलब how exactly diet and nutrition can help you there. The second and the very important thing which all people wanted to understand कि how to build lean muscle mass. I know people have different reasons to build a lean muscle mass. Some want to go into sports and want to win medals in Inter-IIT, and someone wants to impress their crush probably, right? So just wait till the end, and you'll have, like we have Shrutika here, and she will be explaining about the how to build lean muscle mass. And of course there is a Q&A session. I'll be also dropping my WhatsApp link. So at the end, what we have also planned for you guys. So based like through my link, you can drop some interesting questions you want to ask either me or Shrutika, and one among you people can come up in the platform, and probably you can directly ask question one on one to us. Okay, and definitely there is a prize for them as well. The most interesting question will get the prize. Okay, so let's start. So before starting, I want to give you more importance ki matlab, see, since I like you understand, like I was into weightlifting, I got a medal in intra IT, but there was one issue with me. Like one issue means, so I wasn't looking athletic. As you can see in my before picture, I wasn't looking athletic. So this is why, because I didn't had the information we are going to share today. I didn't had this information before. Okay, so I was lucky enough to gain this all this knowledge, and I was able to help myself. So you have an opportunity to understand what is this information, what is this magic, and definitely it is not magic. You have been introduced to some things before as well, but it is just, I want to just give you a ray of hope ki whatever we are going to talk about today, it will definitely help you if you keep consistently following it. Okay, so let's start. So how to make a good nutrition plan for yourself. Okay. So when you talk about how to make a good nutrition plan, first of all, it is very important to understand or unlearn that whatever you are eating is good. Okay, so let's understand what you are eating and how is it affecting you. Okay, so let's understand what has changed in the past decade. So probably if you compare our generation today with our parents' generation or grandparents' generation, so what was the lifestyle then? So people were into hard working nature, right? Even we work hard in different ways, but at that time it was more of physical work. People were either they were farmers or pulling carts, or even if they had shops, even they used to work a lot hard in those shops. Nowadays we have helps everywhere. Okay, so what has changed in case of work? People used to work very hard back then, and nowadays it is very like sedentary job style. Even in case of transport, people used to pedal all the way around. Like we have already heard, like we have heard from our parents कि हम लोग सात समुंदर पार करके मतलब स्कूल कॉलेज जाते थे, and आज तो मतलब गाड़ी घोड़ा गाड़ी सब कुछ है, right? I mean, in fact, that is true. People used to work really hard to achieve to get anything, but nowadays we have all the kind of facilities to roam around. Okay, and even about the yeah, even about the daily activities, like you have washing machine, you have fridge, you have like wash like utensil washer, everything you have. Even if not that, you have help at your house. So we are not working enough hard to meet our daily activities. Okay, even the environment has changed. Now you are in IIT, like if you have a green campus, like probably like, so I've been to IIT Madras, and IIT Madras has the best campus, but still the environment nowadays we are getting is much worse than what we used to get back 10 years ago. So what does this mean? Ki whatever we are doing, the first thing is we are not burning enough energy, and the second thing is we are not getting enough energy as well, like the good quality of energy. Okay, even the agriculture has changed. Earlier days, agriculture used to be just to support the village or the neighboring village. But nowadays, agriculture is a business. Right now, there are very limited number of farmers, and there is a huge market to supply. So definitely, because of commercialization, the techniques has changed. The in order to grow more crops, like people use chemical fertilizer, the seed quality has changed, and that has impacted a lot. But what has not changed, so what we have understand till now, ki matlab we are burning very less energy. We are not getting quality of food, quality of energy, and what we are eating today is also the same as what we used to eat like about 10 years, 20 years ago. Okay, like we used to eat those with dal, roti, chawal, right? So हुआ क्या है कि we are getting a very high dose of calories, high dose of carbohydrates, and we are not burning even 10% or 1% of it. Even the farmers these days are not working 10%, even 10% hard as the farmer used to work that time, because we have all the machineries now. Okay, so what like we are telling, right, कि हम लोग खाना तो वही खा रहे हैं, but is this food the same? Like the vegetable, suppose capsicum or paneer you love, right? So is this capsicum or paneer has the same quality of nutrition as it used to be 10 or 20 years ago? No. So what has happened, because of heavy treatment of soil, pesticide, chemicals, and all the GMO seed, with all the ovaries of fertilizers, the quality of the food, the quality of the nutritional value of the food has gone down. We although ensure that we wash and our food, which we wash our vegetables before using it, but still when it is in the incubation phase, all this nutrition has all this chemicals has been absorbed inside the vegetables, so which is interacting with our food, which are with our minerals, and that is what we are consuming. And that is why we all realize कि यार आज बोलते हैं ना कि your parents might be saying कि you guys fell a lot, like बहुत जल्दी बीमार पड़ जाते हो, right? We used to, हम लोग कुछ भी कर ले थकते नहीं थे. Parents used to work hard and they don't used to get tired, but we get tired easily. We feel more lazy because this is because we're not getting proper vitamins and minerals from our diet. Okay, and what is this mismatch leading to? This mismatch is leading to everything you're facing. Like we have all the questions, right? I have this problem, how to deal with this, how to deal with this. So everything has to go with this food and nutrition. Okay, so what we are talking today, what I have spoken till now is basically 50% of nutrition guidance. Okay, so you have to understand that whatever you are eating, it has to be nutritionally rich. Okay. And about talking about lifestyle disorders in detail, we will be covering these lifestyle disorders in the next session. But today we'll be just focusing about the meal planning and how to get like good muscle mass. How to prevent this? So this is a generic meal, right? So probably you are eating breakfast, lunch, dinner, parathe ho gaye, curd, butter, right? Dal, rice, roti. Okay, so when we count the amount of proteins we are eating, fats we are eating, carbohydrates we are eating. So if we count down, so the 79% of what we are eating is carbohydrates, and the rest of the breakup, like 13% is protein and just 9% is fats. Okay, so and this is suppose your house meal, and probably this is the similar kind of trend we observe in your mess meals. Okay, the same kind of food we eat, it is all rice. Probably you're in South India, so probably your mess would be consisting more of idlis and dosas, probably, or even the rotis. I feel it is made up of rice or maida. Okay, so we are eating lot of carbohydrates and very less of protein. And ideally, it should be only for a person who doesn't have any lifestyle issues. Who is ideally fit. This is the energy breakup which he or she should follow, which means 40% or 45% of carbohydrate, just 30% of proteins, and 30% of fats. Most people have the misconception कि यार fats नहीं खाना चाहिए, fats खाने से मोटे होते हैं. It is ulta. If you eat more carbohydrate, then you will get more fat, or you will more obese. So in order to help you recover from this mismatch, you have to have this like you can follow this energy breakup, including some micronutrients. Okay, so if you want to understand what micronutrient is useful for you, you can definitely reach out to us after the session, and we can help you with your what is required best for you. Okay, so just let's take an example like how to divide. Like if you need 1500 calories a day. Okay, so if we understand that 1 gram of carbohydrate gives you 4 calories, 1 gram of protein gives you 4 calories, and there's a mistake. So 1 gram of fat will give you 9 calories. Okay, so we understand based on the previous breakup. If you lie into the small 10% people who are ideally fit, so you need 40% of carbs, 30% of fats, and 30% of protein. So based on this calculation, we all are good in math. So we need 150 grams of carbohydrate at max per day. We need just 50 grams of fats per day, and we just need like about 100 and 120 grams of protein per day. And we understand कि यार मतलब what are we getting from our meals? ठीक है? So like about probably 500 of grams of carbohydrates and very few amounts of proteins and all. ठीक है? So these are the basic testimony. Definitely, I have helped myself. People have helped themselves, and we have also helped a lot of people with this same funda. Okay, helping them balancing their meal plan and helping good nutrition, along with coupling them with exercise. So Suryansh, Yogesh, Bhuvnesh, Pallavi, right? We have helped all of them with recover their lifestyle issues, recover them from help them losing weight with this same thing as well. So you can also try the same thing, or if you need help, definitely we are there to help you out. Okay. Now let's come up to the second question. So just to help you remind, so just keep dropping your questions in your chat. We will be taking this back up. We will take all these questions at the end. Okay. So let's understand how you should optimize your meal so that you have like best efficiency during the exam. Because even I am from IIT, you guys from IIT, and we understand we never used to like definitely study like throughout the semester, right? We were into sports, and sports वाले मतलब ये जानते हो कि कोई पढ़ता नहीं, सब खेलते हैं, ठीक है? So even we used to study only a day or 2 days before the exam. So what should be your meal pattern? What types of meal should use? You should eat so that you have good energy and you don't feel sleepy. मतलब पढ़ाई करना चालू किया और नींद लग गई, ठीक है? So जैसे हमें पता है कि 3 things we eat, right? Carbs, fats and proteins, ठीक है? So when you are eating suppose carbs, there is something called insulin spike, or you can say blood में sugar level increase होता है, right? So you understand, कुछ भी खाते हो तो हमारे blood में sugar होता है, हमारे blood में sugar increase होता है. So carbohydrate boils down to sugar very fast, ठीक है? हम we eat a rice, eat some chapati, और हमारे body में तुरंत sugar spiking होगा. But in case of protein and fat, this sugar spiking is very slow, ठीक है? सो अभी होता क्या है, बॉडी में कार्बोहाइड्रेट खाया, सपोज तुमने यू हैड सम रोटी एंड यू सी कि देयर इज सडन स्पाइक इन एनर्जी, यू हैव सडन एनर्जी, बट within suppose an hour or two, if you're not using that energy is stored into fat, not this fat but stored in the fat in the inside our body, and which is not readily available for you to use. And that is why you feel कि यार मतलब अब तो थकान आ गई है, हम थक गए, लेट गो टू स्लीप, एक मतलब आधे घंटे का नैप ले लेते हैं. So that is why what you can do is, in case of exam days, you can shift your energy, you can shift your meal pattern to more towards fats and protein, like probably 40% of protein, 35% of fats, and just 25% of carbohydrate. Decrease the amount of carbohydrate, increase the amount of fats and protein. This will enable you कि मतलब वो जो हम बोलते हैं ना कि boost the secret of my energy, actually it is protein and fat which is secret of your energy, ठीक है? So मतलब the most hot topic for you guys today. Guys, I hope I'm audible. I was audible all the way.
Sure, sir. You're
Yeah,
audible.
cool. So now let's go to the main topic which everyone here has like logged in today. So how to build lean muscle mass. So for this, I would like to invite Shrutika, and she will explain you about this topic. Over to you, Shrutika.
Yeah. So, we had an amazing explanation from Piyush. So I will just briefly cover, how you can build lean muscle mass, being in hostel. So like in terms of the diet part, okay, what should be a split? 40-30-30. So 40-30-30 of what? Your BMR. What is BMR? BMR is the basic metabolic rate, okay, which Piyush explained, how he explained about 1500 calories. You all can do that calculation roughly for yourself. Understand how much protein is there in each food item which you're eating, and you'll get an idea. 2-3 times you'll have to check how much you're eating, and then you'll roughly get the idea where you're eating as per the requirement or not. So how to calculate the BMR? So like online websites are there, based on your height and weight, accurately they won't show you, but like tentatively the values they share is right. But there's proper machine which actually calculates the BMR. Most of the institutes, they don't have these machines, but many gyms have these machines which tells you the exact BMR of your body. Okay, so basis that BMR, if you want to gain muscle mass, you'll have to increase your, like you'll have to add 200 calories to your BMR, and you'll have to eat that much every single day so that you gain muscles. Okay, and how you should eat it? 40-30-30. 40% carbs, 30% fats, and 30% proteins. So this is the diet part for building the lean muscle mass. Now regarding the exercise. So firstly, there are 3 types of bodies in terms of how people easily, or how hard it is for them to gain the weight. So I won't go into the detail of all these 3 body types. The main message I want to convey is, don't compare yourself with anyone else. Don't think that they are easily gaining muscle mass, I'm not, I'm gaining fat. Just don't compare yourself with others. Everybody is different. Next. Yeah. So now what workout you should be doing? If you are someone who falls into underweight category, okay, now what is underweight and ideal and overweight? It is based on BMI. What is your body mass index? Okay, so if your BMI is less than 19, so you are in the underweight category. So if you are underweight and you're looking to gain muscle mass, 50 to 60% of the time you should be doing strength training. Okay, what are the strength training exercises? All those exercises which actually helps in building muscle mass. You can also do it with medium weights. You can use weights to do those basic strength training, which includes lunges, squats. These are the strength training exercises. 50 to 60% time you'll have to include these exercises so that you build that muscle mass, and slowly keep on increasing the weight so that you build more muscles. Next is yoga and mobility. It is very important to include stretching also in your workout regime. That will ensure that you have that flexibility, your muscles don't become stiff. And only 0 to 10% of the time you'll have to do cardio. If you do cardio for a long time, you already have very low muscle mass. Doing continuous cardio results in muscle loss, so you want to avoid much of cardio. Next is obese. So if you are someone who falls in the BMI range of about 24-25, then for you 50 to 60% of the times you'll have to do HIIT or strength conditioning workout as covered in the underweight category also. 20 to 30% of the time yoga, and 10 to 20% of the time cardio. So now what are cardio exercises? Zumba, running, walking, jogging. These are all cardio exercises. Yoga everyone knows, and strength training already covered. And if you're someone who falls into the ideal category, whose BMI lies into the ideal range, 50 to 60% of the time you'll have to do strength training exercises, 20 to 30% of the time yoga, and 10 to 20% of the time cardio. So every day only running or jogging will not help you. Okay, including strength training is equally important. Next. Yeah, so these are the few body weight exercises. So you can see push-ups, then there are jumping lunges, jumping squats, normal squats, bicycle crunches, mountain climbers. These are all the body weight strength training exercises which you all can include in your regime. Okay, so now the summary. To gain muscle mass, you'll have to have a calorie surplus of 200 to 400. Start with 200 and gradually increase your calorie intake. Next thing is macronutrient breakup. Okay, have more of proteins. It is very difficult to fulfill the protein requirement in hostel mess. The type of food which we get, we hardly get any proteins. Okay, and the third, include micronutrition in your meals. It is very important along with macronutrition. What is macronutrition? Protein, carbohydrates, and fats are macronutrition. And what is micronutrition? All the vitamins which we get through fruits, vegetables, those are micronutrition. So micronutrients are equally important. Yeah, so these are the few people with whom we have helped in helping them gain lean muscle mass, and these are the few testimonies. So now what are the key takeaways? Firstly, you'll have to modify your diet. In either you can consider hostel or you can consider your home. Mostly we are having instant energy sources, that is we are having carbohydrates. So split your diet in such a way that your carbohydrate, protein, and fat intake is 40-30-30 ratio. Secondly, mindfully start adding antioxidants to your diet. Include more of colorful fruits and vegetables so that you get different nutrients from your food. Thirdly, the science behind gaining the lean muscle mass, what type of food you should have and what type of exercises you should do, how the mixture should be of the exercises. And lastly, how you can improve your overall physique, your health with basis of right nutrition. So don't hold back, reach out. If you are someone who is confused about that, you have these XYZ issues, will this generic diet be ideal for you or not? We are there to help you out. You can simply reach out to our community Biomark, and basis that one-on-one personally will guide you. You can also associate with us as a health influencer. So since we are also, we studied from IIT, we had passion towards nutrition, health, helping other people in their fitness journey. If you are someone who have these, same goals, you want to be someone who wants to help others in their fitness journey and goals, you can be a part of a community. So this is our website, biomarked.in. Those people who want a personal one-on-one guidance, they can fill in the lifestyle assessment form, and basis that will reach out to you in 24 hours. So few questions which we received on the Google form which we had circulated. The top questions will answer it now, and other questions will take it from the YouTube channel. Firstly, so people want to say that how to reduce the belly fat, what should be the diet and exercises. As I covered, 40, 30, 30, this has to be the diet, 40% carbs, 30% proteins, 30% fat. This split you have to follow. Secondly, there is nothing called as, a spot reduction. You just cannot lose your belly fat. Whatever exercises you will do, whatever diet you will follow, wherever fat is there inside your body, all, wherever the fat is there, everything will get reduced. Okay, there is nothing specific called only belly fat reduction or, only face fat reduction. This doesn't exist. Next question is, some people are saying that there are many people who eat junk food throughout the day, but they don't gain weight. And, even if you just drink water, you will still gain a lot of weight. So what you should do so that you, become like that first person who eats every day and who doesn't gain weight. So the people who eat all day and they don't gain weight, they have very high metabolism. Okay, that is the reason they, whatever things they're eating, all that energy is getting used up. If you are someone who is just drinking water and is gaining weight, there are two reasons. Firstly, your metabolism is very slow. And secondly, you have hormonal imbalance, probably. So what you can do to improve your metabolism? People who have muscle mass in their body, they have high metabolism. And how to build muscle mass, we have just explained. So if you follow whatever we have explained in the webinar, your metabolism will improve. And once your metabolism is improved, you won't gain weight that easily. And if you're someone who is suffering from any lifestyle issues like hormonal imbalance because of PCOD or XYZ reason, you can get in touch with us, then we'll personally guide you basis your health issues, what are things you should do to improve your metabolism. Yeah, feeling sleepy after eating. So Piyush wonderfully explained the concept of, if you eat what, how much is the rise in the blood sugar levels. So if you're eating foods which is, rapidly increasing the sugar levels in your blood, you will tend to fall sleepy. So if you're having meal which is, full only carbohydrates or sugar or sweets, you will fall sleepy after the meal. But if you are eating balanced meal, you will not fall sleepy. So if you're falling sleepy, it means the proportion of macronutrition in your meal is going wrong. How can I avoid foods that cause me to have uncomfortable symptoms? So, this is a, very hot topic going on nowadays. Many people don't realize that they have sensitivity to food. Okay, there are many people who, who have allergies to different types of food, who are sensitive to different types of foods. Now, what are these foods? Some people are allergic to gluten, some people are allergic to dairy, and many types of things. So it is very important to understand that if you are facing some uncomfortable symptoms after eating a particular type of food, probably you have allergy or sensitivity to some type of the food, firstly, or secondly, your gut health, your stomach health is not good because of, maybe not having proper diet, because of, having foods which are actually irritant to your intestines. So it is very important to actually see what all foods are causing these uncomfortable systems and then removing those things from your diet so that you can heal your stomach health. And lastly, can you help me create a meal plan that will help me achieve my nutrition goals? So if you are someone who has, no health issues, you want to maintain your weight or, just reduce by some few margins, whatever things we just told you, follow that, you will achieve your goals. And if you're someone who have multiple health issues and you want personal guidance, reach out to us on our website, biomark.in, and we'll be happy to help you out one-on-one. So, these were the few questions which we took from the form which you have filled. Now, if you have any more questions, you can just type it on the YouTube, chat, and we'll be happy to answer it. So opening the forum for question and answers. Yeah, Yashita, if you're seeing any questions on YouTube, you can just read them out.
Yes, ma'am. 1 second, I'll check. Okay, I see one question. How to gain lean muscle mass as well as lose fat at the same time?
Okay. So if you are, how to gain lean muscle mass and lose fat at the same time. So if you have body fat percentage, once you start doing the exercises and you reduce the amount of, foods which are making you fat, basically all the instant energy sources, naturally you will lose fat. And once do you intense exercises, you have more amount of proteins, you will start building lean muscle mass. So this is the only way out: diet plus exercise. 40 30 30, or if it's possible in your hostel to have more amount of proteins, then just go for it. And include strength training exercises, increase the amount of weight which you're lifting, so that you can build more muscles.
Right. I see a common concern that is about gaining weight. How
Okay.
to gain weight is the question.
Okay. So again, I'll summarize. Those of you who joined in between, if you didn't listen to us from the start, just go through this recording from the start. We have explained in detail what all things you can do to actually gain weight. I'll just quickly summarize. Firstly, you need to have a calorie surplus of 200 to 400 basis your BMR. You can get your BMR in any, gym. There are machines which actually tells you your ideal BMR or approximate BMR. You can get it online by, just like putting your weight and height. Basis your BMR, you'll have to increase that BMR by 200 or 400, basis how much you can eat, and that much calories you'll have to eat every single day. Now these calories will have to come from healthy carbohydrates, proteins and fats in a ratio of 40 30 30. 40% carbs, 30% proteins, 30% fat. If you can go for more proteins, it's a good thing if it's possible in hostel mess. This has to be the split in your calories. And regarding the exercises, for exercises, 50 to 60% of the time, you will have to do strength training. Start with body weight exercises. If you're a beginner, slowly, start using, lifting weights, no, very low weights, then go, start increasing your weights as your muscles start building. And, include yoga and stretching exercises so that you don't lose the flexibility. And 10 to 20% of the time, include cardio exercises. So this is how you will be able to gain the muscle mass.
Right. That was actually very insightful. I'll read the next question. So we have someone asking, is a plant-based diet best to follow considering its health benefits?
Okay. So, considering the plant-based diet or vegan diet or, animal proteins, which people nowadays are talking a lot about, it totally depends on an individual. There are many people who are sensitive to dairy products. For them, having animal protein is not a good option. So how you come to know whether, you are sensitive to this type of food? If after eating a particular type of food, you feel bloating, indigestion, you feel uneasy, it means you have sensitivity to that food. Okay. So if you have sensitivity to all the dairy products, then avoid animal protein. But if you're someone who is, who doesn't feel uneasy after having all the dairy products, then you can include, paneer and, all those animal protein options, whey protein in your meal to complete the protein requirement. It is very important to check the amount of amino acids, how many amino acids are there in the protein. So that is the important factor. Otherwise, this thing totally depends on whether you are sensitive to that type of food or not.
Right. We have someone asking here if keto diet is actually worth it.
Okay. So basically, I'll just quickly cover what is a keto diet. Keto diet is a diet in which you drastically reduce the amount of carbohydrates. Okay. So if you are someone who is suffering from health issues, okay, if you are someone who is suffering from diabetes, okay, or if you're suffering from PCOS or any XYZ health issues, then keto diet is not a good diet to start with. Okay. Secondly, being in hostel, I'm not sure how many people will actually be able to go on, around like negligible amount of carbs in your diet. If you just reduce your carb intake this much, hardly you will have any sources of protein and fat left with you in hostel. Okay. So it shouldn't happen that, you are having only 600 to 700 calories in a day. To follow a diet, if you're reducing your calories to half, you will lose weight in the start, but your metabolism will reduce a lot because you will also lose your muscle mass. You will not just lose your fat, you will also lose your muscle mass, which will gradually lead to low metabolism. And once this diet is over, and once you start having everything, all the weight which you lost, it will rebound, because in this journey your metabolism is lost. So it totally depends on where you are, what type of foods you're available, what lifestyle issues you have. Basis all these factors, then we decide that what diet you can follow, how much percentage basis your health goals. So there's no one diet which fits all. For each and everyone, there's one personalized diet basis what foods people are able to consume properly, what foods people don't have allergy to, and what things you're able to follow. So it is very important that you don't reduce your calorie intake to have just to reduce the weight or to follow a particular diet. Yeah, any more questions, Yeshita?
So,
Hello, yes. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Your voice is actually lagging for me. I don't know if it's the same with you.
No, we can hear you.
Right. If I'm audible, I'll say the next question.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So someone is asking if breakfast is absolutely necessary.
Okay. So there is no essential meal of a day. Many people say breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I will say there is no important meal of the day. Eat if you're feeling hungry. This is the rule which we follow and which we will tell every one of you to follow. Eat only when you're feeling hungry. Don't eat because breakfast is the essential meal of the day. Okay. And if it is, a thing that, breakfast is the only meal where you get something you like, in the meals, and lunch and dinner there are not much options available. If this is the case, then definitely have breakfast, because anyways in lunch and dinner you won't have much because you don't like whatever there is in the best. Aisa kuch hai, to have breakfast, but eat only if you're feeling hungry. Don't eat if you're not feeling hungry. This is the rule you follow, and eat till you're full in this proportions. Then, your weight will be in control and you'll also build muscle mass.
there is a question in the from the form. So the person is asking how to easily keep track of intake of nutrients. Nutrients mean the micronutrient, because he end up having some deficiencies in minerals and vitamins, whatever he does.
Okay. So if you are someone, if you did any recent health checkup and you found out that you have deficiency of maybe B12 or calcium or vitamin D. So if there is deficiency of these type of foods, you can reach out to us. We'll let you know what are the foods which are rich in these type of sources firstly. And if you're pure vegetarian and the options of getting these particular vitamins through foods are less, you can let us know, these are the, I follow this type of diet and these are the only options available. We'll recommend you what all things you can do to actually improve your micronutrition intake and get that antioxidants. So feel free to reach out to us. We are there to help you out.
Can you touch up something on like sleep schedule? Like basically seeing people in hostel life, they have all the hostel activities in the night, and people say ki matlab subah like early to bed and early to rise. So any comments on that for the hostel people?
Okay. So, since I have been in, Roorkee's hostel for last from 2014 to 2018, I know what schedule happens in hostels. But if you have a choice, then early to bed, early to rise is a good option, because your body actually aligns with the nature cycle. Okay. Secondly, it is not necessary that if you're not following this routine of early to bed, early to rise, it does not mean that you're not healthy. Okay. I'm just telling, if it is possible, then opt for this option. Otherwise, just sleep in cycles of 1.5. Either sleep for 1.5 hours, 3 hours, 4.5, 6, 7.5. So find out what is your sleep cycle. So either your sleep cycle will be of 6 hours, or somewhere near to 6 hours, or somewhere near to 7.5 hours. So once you sleep in those cycles, you won't feel sleepy. If your sleep cycle breaks in between, So, suppose you have a sleep cycle of 6 hours, and if you sleep for 6.5 hours, your sleep cycle breaks in between, you will continuously feel sleepy till the time that sleep cycle doesn't complete. So sleep in multiples of 1.5 hours, and it is not exactly 1.5 hours. It may be 1 hour 20 minutes, 1 hour 40 minutes. You can just check out that naturally when you wake up, how much after how much time, and basis that sleep for that much hours, then you won't feel sleepy. So if given a choice, sleep early and wake up early. Otherwise, it's fine. Even if you sleep late and if you follow this rule, you will feel fresh.
So there's also a question which I'll answer. So people ask, I want to lose weight, I want to lose fat, but I also want to retain my muscle mass. So what should they do? So what they can do, like ideally, if you follow a proper nutrition regime in the sense you have proper amount of protein and fats as well, and only decrease the amount of carbohydrate, and you're also following good amount of workout, so your muscle mass won't reduce. What generally people do to reduce fat is they try to skip meals. They'll skip meals, they'll add only salads or only fruits in their meal, which will lead to muscle mass, like loss of muscle mass, and they will also lose their hair as well. Okay, so try to adhere on the part you are including high amount of protein and fat. Plus, this when I'm saying this is only for people who don't have any lifestyle issues. If a person is facing any lifestyle issues, he should definitely like check with us or check with their doctor. How to count calories? Yes, so there are two types of questions, like how to track on your calories and how to track on your nutrients. Nutrient in the meaning the micronutrients. So it is very difficult to track the amount of micronutrients you're taking. But in order to track your calories, so there are definitely various apps available, like Healthify Me is there, MyFitnessPal is there, and you can use them to track daily what is your nutritional intake. Plus, if you think like you can definitely feel after some time like what measure you should take in order to fit in those percentage brackets. I have certain amount of muscle mass and I want to gain more. So definitely you have the answer. So if you just summarizing here, try to include more amount of protein and increase your workout. This will help you increase more muscle mass.
Yeah, so even there are a few questions on YouTube chat. So what is the right time to eat food? It is said we shouldn't eat fruits at night, but our mess serves fruit at night only. So there is this actually differs from person to person. I see there are many people who have a good amount of fruits at night and they're perfectly fine. So if you have citrus fruits at night and if you feel acidity in the morning, or you have trouble sleeping, then you should avoid those kind of fruits also. And not just fruits, all the food items which are actually making you feel all these health issues. So it's perfectly fine to have fruits at night if you are not facing any issues because of having that. If you're facing issues, then you'll have to cut it. Otherwise, if you're perfectly fine having fruits at night, but it shouldn't happen that after having dinner, immediately after half hour you're sleeping. At least 3 hours gap should be there after you have your dinner, and before you go to sleep. This is very important so that your digestion completes. I see a lot of people cutting dairy products nowadays. So are dairy products really necessary for a healthy lifestyle? So, there has been a lot of news, dairy products have been in a lot of news, mainly because of the, amount of hormone injections which are given to cows and buffaloes to increase the milk production. If the cow or milk source, if you're sure that the cow or milk which you are getting is from a cow who is not given hormone injections, okay, it is from organic cows and buffaloes, then go for dairy products. Okay, then there's nothing bad in having those. But if the milk you're drinking, if it is from a cow which has been given hormone injections to increase the milk production, then especially in case of girls, there are high chances that you start suffering from hormonal imbalance. There's oxytocin injections which are given to these animals, and these oxytocin injections, they cause hormonal imbalance in a woman's body. It can also happen in males, but largely this issue happens with girls. So if you're not sure, like what is the source of that milk, or if you have already started seeing hormonal imbalance in your body, then you can stop dairy products. You should avoid dairy products. No food is very essential in your body. So basically protein, carbohydrates and fat 40-30-30% is the key. Now that 40% protein intake you can complete from whatever foods are suiting you. It is not necessary that 5% should come from dairy, or XYZ% should come from dairy. This is not necessary. Just maintain 40-30-30 and complete your requirement basis whatever foods are suiting you. No food is essential. Okay, and how much do you charge for 3 months? So our program is more of a health education program. Okay, basis what issues you have, we will let you know what fees we will charge you. So the first call, the consultation call which happens, that is free of cost, in which we share all those details. So any one of you who actually wants to know what all things are included in the program and basis for you what will be the charges, you can just simply reach out to us.
So there is a question. So could you suggest a vegan diet to build athletic physique like Cristiano Ronaldo and Virat Kohli? So okay, so for this, so like if you're in hostel, so I feel it will be very difficult to go on such a diet which will help you look like them, but still helping suggest in those lines. So as we have told till now, so even this will help you build a good muscle physique. Okay, so try to maintain. एक ये बहुत होता है कि people eat more amount of chapatis and rice or idlis. Just try to curb them down and include more of micronutrients and proteins and fats. And definitely workout is important. People feel कि चलो मैंने आज start किया, आज Monday है, अगले Monday तक या फिर first like within a month they'll see some result. So a key to for those kind of fitness is to be consistent. More about nutrition, like definitely nutrition and workout will help, but staying consistent on the plan, any plan that you follow will help you achieve your goal. So meanwhile, Shrutika looks up for other questions on the chat. So there's also an announcement. So tomorrow at Biomark, we're also having a webinar on thyroid. So any students or their parents willing to learn more about thyroid and how to help them, they can also log in there. For details, you can probably ping on our Biomark channel, or you can ping us on our Instagram.
Yeah. So, one question we, missed in our YouTube chat is intermittent fasting good for underweight people? So basically what is intermittent fasting? So if you're fasting for a particular number of hours after your dinner till the time you're having the first meal of your next day. Okay. So in this fasting window, your body actually cleanses itself. Whenever you're eating food, your body is a machine which is running. And when you're not eating, when you're fasting, your body is actually cleaning itself. It is removing the toxins. So if you fall in the underweight category, it is very important to understand in that how many hours firstly you're fasting. Secondly, in the remaining hours, are you able to fulfill your calorie intake? It shouldn't happen that, if you want to follow intermittent fasting, because of that, you're cutting down on the calorie part and you're not getting proper nutrition. This shouldn't happen. So we will have to find out what is that sweet intermittent fasting for you. Then it is healthy. So, don't just, read anything on Google and start following that, because it is very important to fulfill the calorie intake also if you are specifically underweight. Otherwise, you'll not get the basic micronutrition, which will again lead to more health issues going forward. Also, what diet should we take for healthy and strong hair? Chennai water is making us bald. Okay. If water is the reason for your baldness, and if you're 100% sure that it's the water only, then actually, if you can just get access to, in a Bisleri water or something, because I guess boys, they have very, small hair. So around, 2-3 months are also sufficient to wash your hair. So if you have access to this type of water or RO water, basically your drinking water, you can use that 2-3 mugs to just wash your hair. And if it is just water, and if it is not possible for you to use the RO water, then nothing can actually help in growing those hairs back. Secondly, many people feel it's water, but many times it also micronutrition deficiency. So if you're having foods which don't have protein, so hair are nothing but protein, hairs are nothing but keratin. So if you're not giving your body enough collagen, enough protein, enough basic nutrition, then also hair fall is there. So if you see that if you're having all these type of foods and water is the only reason, then go for RO water. And if you feel that along with water these are also the reasons, so try to fulfill all these requirements, your hair fall will reduce. And what are some affordable sources of micronutrients? Okay, so firstly, there are different micronutrients which everyone needs. Okay, so you can just reach out to us, and basis that we will first see what are nutrition you require, and then we can get back to what are the affordable sources which are available. So firstly, it is very important to figure out what all nutrition you require, and basis that we'll recommend you what are different brands available which can actually give you in affordable prices. So yeah, I guess these were the questions from YouTube Live.
And almost everything is also covered up from the forms.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I think we are done with the questions. So thank you so much for your time. We are really happy we could learn so much from you. So I think it's better to end this meeting right now.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye, guys.
Thank you.